Good morning, entrepreneurs and builders. Welcome to the Breaking Business Podcast, where we don't just talk marketing and entrepreneurship, we dissect it, we challenge it, we extract those golden nuggets that you can actually use every single day. Business is in your blood, and I'm here to make it boil. I'm your host, Dr. Wood. Now let's break it down and build something great. Making one wrong move in a Tokyo boardroom can cost your company a fortune, and a friendly, direct comment that would get you praised in a New York office, it might just be a deal breaker in Japan. The business cultures in Japan and the US are worlds apart, and if you don't know the rules of the game, the consequences can be seriously expensive. Picture this. You just flew 14 hours for the biggest meeting of your life. You walk into the room, stick out your hand for a firm, American-style handshake. When your Japanese counterpart offers you their business card, you glance at it and slide it into your back pocket. In about 30 seconds, you've accidentally shown a level of disrespect that could poison the entire deal before you've even said a word. Why? Because you just broke two of the most important rules of Japanese business etiquette. In this video, we're breaking down the critical differences you have to know to get it right, from the first hello to the final signature. Section 1. The first impression. Greetings, meetings, and the business card. In the United States, a first impression is all about showing confidence and being friendly. You have a firm handshake, make direct eye contact, and say, "Great to meet you." Meetings usually kick off with a little small talk about the weather or sports before getting down to business. Being on time is important, but showing up right at the scheduled time is totally fine. In Japan, that first impression is a much more structured ritual that's all about showing respect. Punctuality is a huge deal. Being 10 to 15 minutes early is the norm, and being late is a major sign of disrespect. The phrase for being late, mushiwake gozaimasen, literally means "I have no excuse," which tells you everything you need to know about how seriously they take it. Instead of a firm handshake, the main greeting is the bow. Now, some Japanese business people who deal with Westerners a lot might offer a handshake, but the bow is the traditional and most respectful way to go. There's a whole science to it. How deep and long you bow depends on who has higher status. As a foreigner, a simple, respectful nod with your head and upper body is all you need, and it shows you did your homework. But the absolute most critical part of a first meeting in Japan is the business card exchange, or meishi. This is not a casual thing. It's a formal ceremony. In the US, we might swap cards at the end of a meeting, scribble notes on them, and stuff them in our wallets. If you did any of that in Japan, it would be seen as a huge insult. Here's how to do it right. You present your card with both hands, holding it by the corners with the Japanese side facing them. Give a slight bow as you offer it. When you get their card, you take it with both hands and say thank you. Then you actually take a moment to read it, looking at their name and title. This shows you respect who they are and their position. During the meeting, you leave the card on the table in front of you. Never ever write on it, fold it, or just shove it in your pocket. Treating a business card badly is like treating the person badly, and it's a rookie mistake that can start things off on the wrong foot. Section 2. The language of business, direct versus indirect communication. Once the meeting gets going, you'll notice another massive difference. How people talk. American business culture is very direct. We value being clear, efficient, and open. We say what we mean, and we mean what we say. If there's a problem, we talk about it directly. If we disagree, we'll say so, even if it's with our boss. Getting straight to the point is seen as a sign of confidence and respect for everyone's time. Japanese business culture, on the other hand, is much more indirect. A lot of the meaning isn't in the words themselves, but in body language, shared context, and what's left unsaid. The main goal isn't just to share information, but to keep the group harmony, or why. This leads to one of the toughest things for Westerners, figuring out the Japanese no. A Japanese colleague will almost never give you a flat-out no because that's seen as confrontational. Instead of no, you'll hear things like, that will be very difficult, or we will consider that. An American might hear that and think, okay, there's still a chance. But what it really means is a polite but firm rejection. Learning to read the air, or kukiwo yomu, is an essential skill. Silence is also a big part of Japanese communication. An American might feel like they have to fill a silent pause, but in Japan it's used for thinking. It can mean agreement or deep thought, not awkwardness. This also changes how information is presented. An American usually starts with their main point and then gives the details. In Japan, it's often the opposite. A speaker will build their case with a ton of background and context, saving the main point for the very end. This is all to make sure everyone is on the same page and understands the reasoning before the conclusion is revealed. CTA. Next up, we're going to get into the wild differences in how huge multi-million-dollar decisions get made, which can drive outsiders crazy. But first, if you're getting some value out of this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We put out videos like this every week to help you figure out global business, and it really helps us make more content for you. Section 3. The engine of progress, decision-making and hierarchy. The American way of making decisions is all about speed. A lot of U.S. companies have a top-down structure where a manager or a few key executives make the calls. The focus is on being efficient, make a decision, act on it, and if you mess up, fail fast and try something else. Employees are expected to just carry out the decisions from the top. This is probably one of the biggest differences you'll see in Japan. Japanese companies are very hierarchical with a lot of respect for age and seniority. But surprisingly, the decision-making process isn't top-down at all. It's a slow, careful consensus-building system called the Ringi system. It starts with a formal proposal document, a Ringi show, which usually comes from someone in lower or middle management, not the CEO. This document then gets passed around to every single person and department that might be affected. Everyone looks it over and stamps it with their personal seal, or hanko, to show they agree. But the Ringi system doesn't work without its secret weapon, namawashi. The word literally means to dig around the roots before moving a tree, and in business, it means laying the groundwork for a decision before the formal proposal even exists. This is all about informal, behind-the-scenes talks. It's the one-on-one chats, the hallway conversations, and the after-work drinks where ideas are shared, feedback is given, and problems are smoothed over in private. By the time the formal Ringi show document goes around, everyone has pretty much already agreed. The stamping is more of a final confirmation than a debate. For an American used to quick decisions, this whole process can feel incredibly slow. But here's the upside. Once the decision is finally made, putting it into action is super fast and smooth. Why? Because everyone is already on board. In the US, a fast decision can lead to a slow and painful rollout because leadership is still trying to get everyone else to buy in. Section 4. The core philosophy, individualism versus collectivism. Behind all of these differences is one huge split in values: American individualism versus Japanese collectivism. In the US, the individual is the star of the show. Success is all about your personal achievements and your ability to stand out. Employees are seen as individual players who are in charge of their own careers. Hopping between companies every few years for a better title or more money is totally normal and even seen as a good way to build your resume. The relationship with your company is often just a transaction. It lasts as long as it's good for both of you. In Japan, it's all about the group. The idea of wa, or group harmony, is everything. The needs of the group, the family, the team, the company, come before the needs of the individual. This is where the old idea of lifetime employment came from. An employee would join a company right out of school and stay until retirement, and the company would give them job security. Your identity was tied to your employer. Now, this is changing, especially with younger people who are more open to switching jobs, but that legacy is still really strong. In Japan, responsibility is shared. If a project does well, the whole team gets the credit. If it fails, the team takes the blame together. This is a huge contrast to the American way of singling out specific people to praise for success or blame for failure. This group first mindset also explains why Japanese companies can be a bit risk averse. Since decisions are made by the group and everyone shares the blame, people tend to stick with what's been proven to work instead of trying bold new ideas that could lead to failure for everyone. American culture, with its love of entrepreneurs and heroes, is way more comfortable with taking risks and shaking things up. Section 5. Building bridges, relationships, and social rituals. In the US, you can build business relationships pretty quickly, and they can be all about the deal. While networking is important, it's totally possible to close a big deal with someone you just met if the numbers make sense. In Japan, business is built on long-term trusted relationships. You're probably not going to land a major deal without getting to know the people on a personal level first. This is where nemawashi comes back in, not just for decisions, but for building connections. A huge part of this is hanging out after work. The drinking party, or nomikai, isn't just a casual happy hour. It's a vital part of doing business. This is where the formal hierarchies relax a bit and people can speak more freely. It's where you build the trust you need to work together. Gift giving is another important ritual. In the US, giving gifts in business can be rare and sometimes even looked at with suspicion because of anti-bribery rules. But in Japan, it's a common and expected way to show respect. Gifts are usually given at the end of a meeting. They aren't super expensive, but are always wrapped beautifully, and you offer them with both hands, just like a business card. The act of giving the gift is what really matters. It's a symbol that strengthens the relationship. Conclusion. Trying to do business between Japan and the US is like learning a new language, one made of unspoken rules and deep cultural habits. While American culture loves speed, directness, and the individual, Japanese culture is all about harmony, patience, and the group. A firm handshake can come off as aggressive, but a bow shows respect. A direct no can ruin the mood, while that is difficult, is a clear rejection in its own way. A fast decision from the boss means efficiency in the US, while a slow process of getting everyone to agree means a perfect rollout in Japan. Understanding these differences isn't just about not making embarrassing mistakes. It's about building a real bridge of respect. When you get the why behind the what, why they value harmony, why the structure is so important, and why they focus on long-term trust, you can go beyond just doing business and start building truly strong global partnerships. What are some of your own experiences with stuff like this? Share your stories in the comments below. And if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.